How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Tressa Collectibles gameplay video. My name is Mike, and joining me today is...
Randall, aka Shizukatz. What's up?
Yeah, so it is just going to be me and Randall for the duration of this particular gameplay content block, as Simu is still traveling and doing his Japan things. But we got it covered, and we are bringing you guys the Nazarick Extra Booster / Eminence in Shadow / Fujimi Fantasia Bunko 2 gameplay block.
Yep.
So we are still going to be having 3 total games, and we will be featuring each set twice. So for game 1, wow, it's been so long, we don't even... Right, we're supposed to do this thing.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to do that.
We're supposed to do this thing. Alright, so I am playing Eminence in Shadow, and the first deck I want to show you guys is my take on the 8 Pants Shadow build. So the level 1, all is revealed Shadow. He has a Climax combo where, on attack, if I have 6 or less stock and 3 or more other characters, I can then look at up to the top 5 cards of my deck and choose up to X number of characters and add them to my hand. Where if I reveal 5 characters amongst the 5 revealed, I can add up to 2 characters. Otherwise, add 1 character. So basically, if I can still just choose to top trick 1 or top trick 2, and I can stop anytime and add 1 character. But if I get lucky and actually reveal 5, and they're all characters, I can add 2 characters. Mm-hmm. During his turn, also, if I have 2 or more other characters, he gets 3,500 and 1 level. Big. The level 3 combo is him destroying everything, I think in episode 3. So on play, I can choose another one of my characters and set it to the waiting room. If I do, salvage 2 characters. Climax combo, I believe this is at the start of attack phase.
Yeah.
Start of attack phase, if he is alone in center stage without another front row character, you can pay 2, discard 2 copies of himself from your hand, and discard additional 3 cards from your hand, and send this Climax I am into the waiting room. If you do, you burn 3 5 times, and then he gets 2,000 power. Mm-hmm. So the idea of this is that mathematically it kind of turns out to be something like triple real from Bocchi the Rock. It's basically just 3 attacks with 3 burn 3s.
The last attack though is not boosted by Climax anymore because you have to kill the Climax.
Right, so it's 3 3 3 3 3, and then the base swing for 2 plus trigger.
Right.
The benefit of this particular Climax combo is compared to those other finishers where you might have to play 3 characters and play Climax and pay 1 discard 1 per burn. This cumulatively only costs 4 stock, so you can use that extra stock on the likes of 3-2 Delta, which allows you to burn 1 on play. You can use
Stock Swap Zeta,
and basically just the more stock you have, the higher potential ceiling that the Shadow has. But it can also act as a very low floor finisher as well. So that's what we're going to be testing out today. Mm-hmm. On Randall's end...
Okay, so we have Nazarick Volume 3 Extra Booster. We're going to be playing the 8 door build. This is going to be using a lot of brand new cards from the Extra Booster that are specifically tailored to be played in this archetype. So we have the level 1 combo, which is going to salvage a character from waiting room, mm-hmm. and then trigger twice, and then send the top stock to waiting room. Kind of similar to how Bunny Girl level 1 combo does, the double trigger. That is specifically going to have good synergy with our level 0 Brainstorm and our level 1 Assist. Both of these have benefits upon triggering doors, and we have a lot more opportunities to trigger them with the level 1 combo. The Brainstorm lets us give a 2k bump, 2k pump, and the 1/1 lets us give a 1 soul somewhere. Mm-hmm. The level 3 combo is on play heal, and then Climax combo on attack. We can pay 1, discard 1 to either do a normal burn 3, or we can stock swap burn 1 on 1 effect.
Stock swap is back in the menu.
Very
stock swap
good.
burn 1 it's pretty good.
It's pretty gross.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah. So we're going to be utilizing this package as our main deck build around. We unfortunately, due to the recent English restriction list, we do not have access to some of the other cards that we would have liked to play otherwise. Things like the 3-2 Fumio Mare, or the 2-1 Rest Counter, or the Shaltier Brides. As far as our choice restriction, we have in this deck decided to go with 2-1 Yuri. And this is just going to help us stabilize our board in the mid game and draw into some extra pieces that we might need and get rid of any extra pieces that we don't need. So this is just going to be, in my opinion, the most all-around solid card out of the choice restriction cards that you could go with. And yeah, that's going to be our deck.
Yeah, it's definitely something nice for us to look forward to after what seemed like a buff in the first restriction to Overlord.
And now then, we got taken out back.
And then Ainz was like, you can have 1/1/1/1. However,
all the rest of the decks that Nazarick is going to get until the end of time are shot in the face.
Really, it's just like, at what cost?
Yeah.
But we work with what we have, and I certainly do think that, you know, I think this these new archetypes that we are going to show for you guys is still certainly not only a lot of fun, a lot of very different play styles. I think people will finally be able to have something that they can enjoy playing on a more competitive level.
That's
goats. Not goats. So I do think, you know, there is a sense in just kind of like a freshness to things as a Nazarick fan to be able to play something new. Alright, so we do not have first seconds for either Nazarick nor Eminence and Shadow, so we will go with the good old shield go.
I was like, for a second I was like, Eminence and Shadow didn't have first seconds, and then I remembered box topper promos.
Box toppers.
Yeah. Me second.
Nice. I'm going first.
Okay.
Draw 5. Alright, in the interest of finding playables, let's pitch 3.
I will pitch 4.
Okay. Stand and draw. Spark a Climax to draw 2.
And then would you discard a mulligan? No Climax?
2 bombs.
Okay.
Oh, no Climax. Alright, let's start with the 7 Shadows Epsilon. On play, I can reveal up to 2 cards from the top of my deck, choose up to 2 Eminence and Shadow characters from among them, and mark them, and the rest get milled. And
for each marker,
and for each marker, she gets 1,000. I don't think there's anything that matters for stage position, so let's go with a center direct for 3.
At this point, now that I have actually read some Eminence and Shadow, I understand why this effect is flavor. She uses her suit. All their suits are like made of slime, and she in particular uses them to manipulate her sizes.
I see.
And so that is supposed to be the flavor behind not only this card, but I think the 2/1 as well. Like she uses the markers to buff herself up in that way. All right, let's clock and draw 2. Well, these are some pretty good cards. I'm going to start with level 0 Demiurge. I'm going to use his effect on play, discarding a card to reveal the top card of the deck and salvage a level X or lower character. I will grab back the drop salvage. I discarded this in the mulligan, so I have the option to grab it off of the Demiurge and filter an unusable card out of my hand, which did happen. We'll play the level 0 Ainz Brainstorm, and then we'll play an Albedo Clean Cut, which will 3k to 3k with your card and allow me to save my Brainstorm.
Sounds good.
Potentially, if I trigger a door, I will be able to buff 2k with the Brainstorm and just swing over completely. Let's go with a direct for 2.
Okay, 2's good.
And then another direct for...
Oh, there it is.
All right, I will grab this level 1 Sevas and buff 2k to Albedo.
Yeah, 2's good.
And then we'll front 5k for... Oh, all right.
More hand.
2k again, and I will get
that's
Yuri.
7.
7k.
And I cancel. Ooh, that's not great. Alright, draw for turn.
Yeah.
Right, clock. Delta. Draw 2. Okay. Well, since we have a level 1 Shadow in our waiting room, let's take this opportunity to play the 7 Shadows Gamma. She has fun 500, and on play, if I have, I can choose up to 1 copy of my level 1 combo in waiting room and marker it. When I use a startup, I can choose to use the stock as choose to use the marker as a stock instead.
Yeah, and that can be a startup of a card on board or in hand, right?
Correct.
If you have like a backup.
Speaking of, let's play our Brainstorm. The 7 Shadows Delta. Using the Brainstorm, I will...
Well, what card did you trigger last turn? I don't actually remember.
Not important, I think. Let's go ahead, and because I do want to be able to salvage this if I do hit all Brainstorm, so I will activate Brainstorm and use the Shadow as the stock cost. And hit 1. Alright, so you're 2, and so I can't answer your stuff, no problem. So let's just go with the Shadow. play a King Oriana. On death, I can pay 1, choose a character in my waiting room, and clock it bottom to clock to top check 2 at 2. And a Climax Swapper, Minoru. I'm actually going to push this to front row as well. And just,
I mean, she's done her job.
She's done her job, and she's going to clock up the back row if I don't use her to get value now. Alright, I'm ready to go into attacks. Start with a front for 1.
1's good.
And direct attack here, now that he's at 0-5 for 2.
1, 2. Take the 2. And of these, I don't particularly care about the bouncer. And I have red that I can clock if needed.
Okay. Finally, front attack with the Minoru for 2.
1, 2. Cancel.
Alright, you're good.
Draw for a turn. We're going to clock this Climax Swapper that I don't need because I have the correct Climax in my hand already. Draw 2. And I want to pay 2 stock this turn. Let's think about whether or not I want to... I probably just want to combo this turn, I think. I'm going to start with a Brainstorm, I think. I think if I hit the first Brainstorm, I'll grab a second Brainstorm, and then I'll use that as well to pay out the other Climax. It's a Brainstorm 5, but it only hits on doors. Did not hit. In that case, we will instead go for a... I mean, like, I guess I should figure out what I'm going to be putting on the board. So it's going to be Ainz. I'll play Albedo, drop salvage. I will not mill 3 with her on-play effect. I'll try to maintain the Climax count in my deck. I'll use the on-play effect, pay 1, discard 1. Discard 1, and salvage. I'll get another level 1 combo, and we'll give 1k to this one. Play the second copy of the combo. And 1k1. Cool. So I'm going to start here. See how the damage works out over here before I decide what I want to salvage off of the combos later. Fronting for 2, 2.
1, 2, level. It's a good opportunity to level red. We have plenty of blue here. Alright.
Okay. Front attack.
I'd be happy with 1 cancel here, if I may be a little bit greedy.
I'm gonna grab my 1/1 assists. I can maybe plop this down here in the back row. And also he's going to double trigger, and then the second trigger is going to fall into my waiting room. So first trigger, up to 3. Second trigger, I'm going to trigger a door. With that,
now that's the perfect order.
I will grab level 1 combo, and then with the effect of the Brainstorm, I don't really need to give 2k anywhere. 2k to itself.
Sure.
For 3.
This saves Randall from editing the power level.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 3's good. I'd really like to cancel this.
Front. Okay, so I was going to salvage the level 1 combo off the second copy of my Climax combo, but now I don't need to. So now I think I'll grab Climax Swapper.
Okay.
Get that back maybe for later. First trigger for 3. Second trigger, 3.
Oh gosh. If I... Oh, yes!
That is a we
That
take
is
those.
so huge. We take those. This allows me to not only use King Oriana's effect, but still clock for turn. And obviously not taking damage. It's better than taking damage. Alright. Activate on death of King Oriana, pay 1, and choose a character in my waiting room to put to the bottom of my clock. Usually at level 1, I like to put the 7 Shadows Epsilon here, so that she can fall off into my waiting room at level 2, so that I can
use the
combo
2/1
her with the 2/1 Epsilon PR. So activate King Oriana, top check up to 2, at 2, and then stand and draw for turn. Alright, things really did, I think, shake up to be quite well with that cancel.
Yeah. Another nice thing about the King Oriana clocking from waiting room, and this also applies to the level 0 beta Ricky, is you can combo it with the level 0 Possessed, which is a card that you did just add to your hand off of the effect, which is a clock swap. So you can clock what you want to grab, and then grab it off of Possessed.
Exactly.
However, in this case, I think most of the cards in your clock are just kind of whatever.
It's nice to have that option, for
Yeah.
sure. I think that King Oriana and Beta being selective clocking is a huge boon for For like Delta Brainstorm example is another one that interacts with your clock as well. All right, let's choose what to clock. Yeah, honestly, I think I don't need the possessed here, so let's clock that. Draw 2. Ooh, nice draws. All right, we're going to play 2 combos of ourselves, and with a new drop searcher. She has on play and on attack. We can pay 1, discard 1, search. I will not use the on play effect. This is also a great time to plop down another character just in case I go overhand. So let's play Shadow Gamma and mark her a shadow. And I don't plan on using Brainstorm this turn, so I'm just gonna leave her as is. And 1k1.
Okay, cards in hand now?
4.
Okay.
Alright. Starting with a frontal. I have 5 in waiting room, 1 here, 1 in hand, so I have up to 1 left here. Let's go 1 at a time, see if we want to actually go the full 5. So if I go the full 5, I trigger, and I add 1 and trigger and add. So I can still check 5 here, check 1 here, attack here, and end with 7 back in deck if I want. So
if you need to go all the way?
If I need to go all the way. Let's see.
Oh, that's perfect.
Ooh, that is perfect. So I can now add 5, check 5, add 2, and then I refresh with 1 less, which is fine. I mean, I stop here anyways, I think.
It's either you can take an extra card or you can refresh 8.
Yeah.
Basically.
Alright, I'll just stop here. I'll grab the beta. And this triggers fronting 9k for 3.
1, 2, cancel on 3.
Yeah, very nice. Alright. Front attack. So here it really is just, do I want to go back with 1 more, or do I want to add 2? Honestly speaking, I like canceling more. So I think I'm going to add top trick up to 4.
Perf Brainstorm's pretty good. Shadow's pretty good.
Yeah. So let's add a shadow. And then trigger for 2.
1, 2. Take the 2.
And frontal for 3.
1. Cancel.
Alright. 7 out, missing the 1 combo.
And my board is dead.
Here you go.
Drop. I will clock Ricky. Draw 2. What's the climax that's missing? 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. So it's a level 3 climax that's missing. I can't even brainstorm and try to like let it go back.
Oh no, my brainstorm's too good.
Oh no, I have a 5-card brainstorm. Oh,
my brainstorm's too free.
Oh no. Honestly, I think I'm pretty content to just like swing over your board. So what I'll do is I'll play the 1/1, and then if I trigger it, I get the +1 soul. So it's.
You can still push a little bit of damage.
It's like I played like half a climax.
A third of a climax.
Yeah. And then we'll play level 0 Albedo, reveal top. It is a character, so she gets 2k, so she's 3/5 now. And then I'll play 2 Ainz, and within 5 triggers, there's a climax in there. We're going to trigger it eventually.
And you have a trigger here, so it's like playing 2/3 of a climax.
Yeah. And then my hand size is like not even bad. My hand size is 5 right now. If I trigger the climax, then it'll go to 6. Like.
We'll just rely on the second deck compression with a 5-card brainstorm.
Yep, we're chilling. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with the front here. Actually, hold on. I should probably. I'll go here because the first trigger is guaranteed to be clean. So this will be for 2, 2.
Okay. So I am back 7.
And then I think I'm gonna attack with the second Ainz last attack so that. Actually, I'm not sure. I was gonna say like if you attack with it last, then you could go back with 1 less card.
But if you triggered the climax last, then I guess it doesn't matter if you
trigger the climax last. I trigger the climax last no matter what.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Maybe if I attack with it first, I have a 1 in 3 chance that my climax goes back in. So maybe I will attack with it second.
Okay, refresh 1. Level. Well, we have green coming here. Well, presumably we have green coming here. Let's just level a brainstorm.
Yeah, and this is for 2.
Okay.
All right, you know what? I will attack with here. Let's see if we can get the 1 and 3. For 1. Ah.
Nah.
All right, so this is going to fall in the waiting room, and this is for 1.
One's good.
So then we frontier, and this is going to be a 7 Climax refresh. And then I'm going to be giving the soul over to the Albedo with my 1/1. When I trigger a Door Climax, I get to give 1 soul.
Spooky. Would you like to give 2,000 to her as well? Or would you like to save the
editing? save the editing. I will give 2K here.
This is for 2, cancel.
Yeah.
Right. My turn, draw.
Unfortunately, I did not even get a salvage off of that because it was the bottom card.
Right.
It's always on the bottom!
Let's see what we have here. I think I'm going to activate Brainstorm, no clock, and I'm going to use the marker from the Shadow for it. Hit 2.
Huh.
Interesting. Well, one's definitely going to be this. I think one's going to be this.
Okay.
Unless. I have an idea. Actually, no, this is fine. I think I'm pretty content with this. Alright. I'll grab both combos. Play 2 shadows.
Okay.
Play King or Rihanna.
Okay, I think now would be a good opportunity to remind you that if you play combo this turn, you can only combo once. As long as that's clear.
Yep. Because I do have
a lot of stock.
The idea was I was going to use my 2-1 Epsilon, but then I only have 1 0/0 Epsilon. So I think I'm going to save it for trying to kill some of your guys next turn, and I already have plenty of hand. So Shadow's just going to be a big body for the second combo. Okay. Alright, Climax combo. Front. Climax combo, 6 to West stock, 3 more others.
And you're currently out...
I'm out 3.
+1? 3 +1?
3 +1, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, per fast head. Trigger. 2.
Cancel.
Front. No effect.
Yep.
2.
1, 2. Take. Level up. We will level a Ricky.
And front. 2.
1, 2. Cancel.
Here we go.
Draw. I will clock Sebas and draw 2. Let's start by playing 2 or less early play Albedo. Pay 2. On play, if I have another character, I can discard 1. I'll discard this 2/1 Yuri, heal 1, and salvage 1. I'm gonna get level 1 combo.
The best kind of on-play heal, where we get to filter at the same time.
Yes, sir. I will play level 1 combo, and then I will play a Yuri. On play, if I have 2 or more other characters, I can draw up to, or I can draw 2. If I do, I discard 2. We'll get rid of these 2 cards that do nothing, and then I'm gonna stock this card that does nothing.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move my board around, make sure my higher level characters are in front of my level assist. Your deck doesn't really care about positioning that much on your end.
Not in particular, I would say.
So I think this board is just fine. Albedo gains 1,500 on play, so she's 12k this turn, and then once it passes to you, she'll be... Oh, no, she's 12.5 this turn, and once it passes to you, she'll be down to 11k. And Epsilon's just gonna mop her up, but whatever. Okay, I'll go to attacks, no climax. And I will front attack for 2.
What's up?
Front attack with Yuri for 1.
One's good.
Front attack with Ainz. Since I did not combo, he does not double trigger. Yeah,
So
only happens if he double triggers.
So he's just a dude.
So he's just a dude. But I will use this dude
Rude.
to salvage. I'm going to salvage Cocutus so I can clock it.
Oh, because you do run the level 3 blue.
Yeah, so, and then with the effects of these, power doesn't matter, but I will give 1 soul. So this is for 2.
Okay. 1, 2. 2's good.
Okay.
Alright. Stand and draw. And 5 cards left in my deck. Interesting.
At this point, one of the main things that I want to do is make sure that I just don't put myself in a position where I can get, like, turbo stock swapped.
Right.
That would be the fastest way to just losing the game.
Let's think about this position. Let's start with the brainstorm. So we do have a climax left in there. At the very least. 1. This would be a good opportunity to play Alexia.
I do have a level 3.
Alright, so let's grab Alexia. I think we're grabbing Alexia. Cards in hand?
5.
Okay. I think we're gonna refresh 6 here. Climax is out.
3, and then the one I triggered.
Okay. Actually, no. I think given that you have a high chance of canceling 3s and higher, we can discard the climax off of Alexia and just go back with 7 instead. Alright, I'll salvage the Alexia. Early play, if you have a level 3 or higher, I can bring her out at level 2.
Yeah, if I have a level
If you have
3.
a level 3 or higher.
Yeah.
And then on play, I can discard a card. If I do, choose a... put the bottom card of my stock, clock into stock.
Yeah.
There goes the king. And I'm pretty sure I just paid an Epsilon, so now I have 2 Epsilons.
Alright, and then how big does she... Is on play power? On play, she gets 1k times the number of your characters, so she gets plus 3k.
Yeah. Okay, so... I think I should have chose my last attacker first, so that she gets more power. So that was a misordering thing, but I think the Epsilon I did need to just pay that out. Did I have another Epsilon in here? I had a 3rd one. Not sure where that second one came from. Anyways, I'll pay that. And then...
Did you pay it out from this, or maybe? Or
I paid one out from this. I'm not sure where the 3rd one came from, because last turn I only had 2. Or last turn I only had 1 in waiting room. So I didn't want to play the Epsilon then. Anyways, Epsilon on play, she markers up to 2 of these level 0 Epsilons.
I mean, it could have been for the brainstorm, right?
Could have been. And then, regardless though, she gets 10,000 power during my turn. So she's 12 base. Alright, so you are 11 and...
11 base.
Okay. 11 base.
You are 12, 12, 5, 12, 5. Okay,
Yeah,
12,
so
12.
I'll push this up because I'm just bigger either way. And then the Ainz can live.
Yeah, you're chilling.
Yeah. And then I will play Pervasat.
Okay. Cards in hand?
4.
Okay. Now the real question is, will I cancel the 1?
Yeah. Or, if I'm really greedy, I slam my last climax. And I go for 2/3/2, and then Epsilon also has the chance of canceling. And then I try to use Perv as hand next turn to brainstorm into Climax. I don't think that's a great idea. Alright, let's go into attack.
And I'm assuming the last Climax is level 3 Climax.
Correct.
Okay.
Front, 2.
1, cancel.
I should have attacked with Epsilon first.
You never know.
Or maybe.
Or maybe I
cancel the next one.
I cancel again, and then I'm at 2-0. You get 2 stock, but at what cost? I'm at 2-0.
Yeah, this damage race is not working out very well right now. So we're gonna try to claw back here.
Yeah, the extra assault from this has been putting
Quite
in some
well,
work.
Yeah. Front attack, Epsilon. For 1.
Take the 1.
It's fine, we have plenty of stock. Alright, front. 2.
And now I cancel this. Nope.
Fair enough. Alright, here we go.
Alright, well, this means I'm going to hit a fat brainstorm right now, I think. Draw. Clock. Blue. Draw. 2. What?
So that's about that fat brainstorm.
I still think I'm going to hit a fat brainstorm. Brainstorm.
Okay.
Pay 1.
How fat we talking? How fat we talking?
Fat enough.
That's
Hit 2.
a decent double-double.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see. What do I want to grab? 2K, 9K. He already kills 9K. And what else shall I grab? What else shall I grab? What do I even need? What else do I need? Random healer? Second brainstorm? Do I just want another brainstorm? More brain power?
Brain power.
Brain power. What is my third attacker? Hold up. Hold up. That can be my third attacker. I'll get these 2.
Okay.
All right. Here, have a comic swapper.
Sick.
Yuri. I will not draw to ditch 2. If I do not draw, I do not have to discard, and we will stalk this guy.
Okay.
And we will go to attacks. So I will front 11K for 1.
Level.
Front for 1.
Yep.
Direct for 2. 7 back.
Yep. Missing level 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. Definitely think it's time to explode.
Atomic.
Yep. You know what is, I think, quite sad? I think my stock swapper is like the 4th stock.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's fine. We have plenty of stock to work with, so let's see what we can do.
Well, that's a good start.
Alright, draw for turn. That's a great start, actually. Alright, clock, beta. Draw 2. Oh, that's terrible. Ooh, that's no good.
Alright, is it time to let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? On play beta, burns 1.
Take 1.
Okay.
Yep.
On play Shadow.
Yep.
Sack another character, salvage 2. Yippee-yi-yo.
Okay.
Let's grab these for now.
And then is it time to play over the small puppy dog with the big puppy dog?
It's time to brainstorm.
Oh, okay.
I need hand. Where's my 5-card brainstorm? Brainstorm! 1, 2. Oh, hand! Alright, it doesn't... doesn't matter what I get.
Okay.
All right.
Now we upgrade the small
Now
puppy
we
dog.
upgrade the small puppy dog to the big puppy dog on play burn 1.
Take. Level up. Blue.
And let's see if we can cipher 1.
Yeah, so you want to put it here because this is the 1, so that after the 3s, if I take 2 3s and I'm a 3/6, you cipher 1.
Yep.
Because the climax won't be there anymore.
All right. 1k1. Per Vassat, I look at the top 2 cards and leave that on top. Yeah, as is.
Okay.
As is good.
Yep.
Start to go into my attack phase.
Yep.
If he is alone in the center stage, pay 2. Discard 2 copies of himself. Discard 3 other cards. I am Atomic. I am Shadow. I discard my pile of shadows and I burn 3 5 times.
Okay. Oh. Okay. 2, 3.
3.
Oh.
I just need 2 to stick. All right. 1 more. Oh no. All right. Well, we're fronting.
Yep. 4 2.
Run for 2.
Okay.
Okay. Your go.
How many are you?
6.
Okay. Draw. Do I have enough hand for everything? Almost. Clock. Draw 2. I want to do everything.
Everything.
I want to do everything. Just
do it.
Just make sure I don't. Wait, this is standing. Just to make sure I don't do anything stupid while I'm at 3/6. We're gonna heal first, and then I'll brainstorm.
All right.
Do I have a stock? Wait. I'm off by 1 stock. Man. All right, hold up. I don't think I can do everything. 1 2 1. Oh, if I trigger, I can do everything. I'm just gonna assume I'm gonna trigger. Screw it. All right, let's play the dude. On play, Botan effect.
Ponyo.
Discard 2. Put all the shadows back.
I
am in the deck.
Only have 2 here.
Okay, put anything you want.
I am a dog.
Woof woof. I will simply just trigger. All right, two more Ainz. Heal twice.
Yeah.
So a cool thing that I could do if you were low on deck, like really low on deck, and actually had stock, I could, instead of shuffling back 3 characters with the blue guy, I could shuffle back climaxes with the blue guy
and then stock
swap, and then all the climaxes are stuck in your stock.
Yep. And then I'm super dead.
Then you're like super omega dead. Okay.
Here I'm just regular dead.
Yeah. All right. So I have 2 cards in hand. I just need to trigger 1. All right. Direct. Pay 1. Discard 1. Burn 3. And then for 4. 4.
2, 3. My shadows.
Ah. Okay. All right. We continue. Aha. We have it now.
The technology to go to level 4. Level.
Direct. Pay 1.
Continue.
Discard 1. Burn 3.
Continue.
4. 5.
Okay.
And then 4 3. 4. What the? And then the 2 climaxes are still in my deck.
I didn't have a hand to discard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, that is pretty much everything that I think both of our decks have to offer. There's definitely, I think, consideration on the last turn to, instead of grabbing the second brainstorm, to try to get more hand. Although I really was not paying attention to the fact that I didn't have enough stock to try to go for brainstorm anyway. So what I probably should have done if I wanted to be more optimal and not try to play around this guy was just grab the early play healer. Play the healer. It takes me down to damage, but also reduces my stock by 2 in case you do have stock swap. So it's 2 less stock that you potentially like snipe more climaxes. And then this is a 4 or more early play healer. On play gain 15, heal 1, and then during this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backup. So this realistically probably would have been the safer choice, but you know, we play for the highlight reels. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything though.
Yeah. And on my end, I think upon further reflection, I definitely could rationalize actually going for the top check 5 at 2. on the first rotation Climax combo turn. Because it's not necessarily strictly better that I go back with 7, because I do leave a guaranteed clean on top of the deck. And with the way my deck works, I can just go into another Shadow turn and just go through my deck again. So there is a tangible demerit to going and trying to refresh 7, because I did -1 when I could have guaranteed +1. So I think that was something I could have considered a little bit more. And then I think trying to remember my stock was also just really important, and something that I couldn't do extremely accurately this game. And I think since there's a good amount of like 1/ofs in this deck that are fairly important to kind of knowing what you can go for and can't go for. Things like the stock swap, which I did recognize, but other things like I wasn't quite sure where my Rex was. I didn't really properly pay attention to if I had 2 Epsilons before going for like the line I went to go for, and things like that. But I do think overall this deck, or that gameplay, did showcase basically what the deck is trying to do. I think the idea is just to go for the level 1 Climax combo over and over again.
At least as much as you can until you have a lot of stock.
Right. And even if you don't have stock, he's still like a big attacker. This particular version that we're trying out is something that is a bit new, that we haven't, I think, fully tested, but it does try to run a good a set of the level 1 reverser that can give 15 hand encore. The idea being that compared to trying to rely on brainstorms to hit on your second deck rotation, to salvage more Shadow Lv1 combos, you can just give him hand encore and then just discard your undesirables to continue shadowing comboing. I do think one of the other things about like trying to salvage your shadow combo is that instead of salvaging for maybe like a level 3 piece or like an early play healer, you do have to just try to go for another copy of combo again. And then you're relying on combo itself to then grab the pieces that you want. So I think maybe this line can just help you free up, and it's like a indirect way of being able to turn your level like 0s and undesirables into like level 1 shadow through the hand encore effect.
Right.
So that is something that I am more interested in testing, especially given that I think this will also help me with things like trying to confirm on like to an Epsilon stock charger if I can open up a direct here. If I, for example, like can
beat over
like a level 0 or something, and then have this be alive on the swing back. They go into their Climax combo turn at level 1 and reverse this. I activate the reverse effect and then I have an empty lane. So I can maybe try to win the damage war a little bit more that way. I think that is also something that I do like. But outside of that, it's just you Climax combo with Shadow as much as you reasonably can, and then you just set up to go for like a big, like maybe multiple burn 1s or stock swap if you want, and then just go with the burn 3-5 times.
Yeah, I feel like realistically, a lot of the time you're aiming for 8 stock threshold, which will allow you to go Delta Shadow Delta. As we saw in this game, you can. Well, actually, did you?
I had 9 stocks, so I Delta Shadow Brainstorm Delta. Just like I brainstormed just so that I could have enough hand to Delta plus pay cost, because I was a bit short on hand. But if I had enough hand, it would have just been 8 stock.
Yeah, in this particular game, it wasn't the like exact line, but basically, we run 2 copies of Delta just so that you have the opportunity to actually see one if like the other one gets like buried deep in stock. But you only need the 1 copy of Delta because you can play her, play Shadow, sack her, get her back, play her again, as we saw. You played her in the back row, usually over the if you have like one of each brainstorm, you usually play her over the Delta brainstorm, because the Perv asshat brainstorm is actually good in conjunction with the combo if, like we saw in this game, if the top 2 cards of the deck are 1 Climax and 1 non-Climax, you want to leave the Climax on top so that it cancels on 1, and then you have an easier chance of hitting the next 3. And then also one more thing about this deck, we are using this card as substitution for a second Epsilon. We just
on hand
don't have a second one on hand.
On hand, we don't have a second copy of the PR Epsilon, but I think if we do want to run like the Epsilon package, Randall has been testing this deck a little bit as well, and I think we do agree that 2 Epsilons is a really nice number. Just for the same reason, if you lose 1 copy, you can have access to another copy, and the synergy between Epsilon and Beehive Asshat is pretty good. You can play Climax, and then if you see a Climax on the top 2 cards, you can just attack with Epsilon and have the guaranteed stock. But yeah, that's about it. Any last minute or last Final thoughts on any of these two decks before we move on to our next gameplay video?
I think the biggest takeaway for me for this deck is that even though we have lost those other options from the restriction list, the deck is still very solid in doing what it does. Having good deck control with the 5-card Brainstorm. Additionally, if you are able to successfully loop the Climax combo, even though it's not a lot of deck speed, the fact that you are able to double trigger does still contribute to being able to go through the deck. And then the incidental bonuses that you get from triggering doors in this deck from these two back row is very nice. I'm a big fan of that, especially the one soul. The one soul feels super good.
Yeah, and then he also just has the ability to help you find more climaxes with his own startup effect.
Yeah, if I needed to, I could use the other effect where it's pay 1, pitch 1, rest him, top check 3, add 1. In this game, I didn't feel like I really needed to do that, and I just kind of like went with the flow. Yeah, and played with what was given.
Yeah, it's also just another really good way to help you exactly manipulate your deck count so that you could attack with like Ainz Climax combos, 5-card Brainstorms. That oftentimes might throw off your math, and you might be off 1 or 2 cards from refreshing perfectly. And something like variable top check up to 3 can help you do that.
Yeah. And then, yeah, if you want a little more straightforward list, you could always drop this guy. This guy is off trait, by the way. Humanoid Race and Emperor. So you can't grab him off Brainstorm. You can't grab him off combo. You pretty much have to either draw him or you have to trigger and then salvage him off of it.
Right.
That would be the main way you get him. If you want, you can get rid of this card. Although there is a card that there's like a more complicated version of 8 Door that is used in Japan here and there. It does run another card. It's like this penguin looking guy from a previous set. I don't think you need to run that full package necessarily, but you could use this penguin guy in the deck to produce kind of a similar effect to this blue card, where
is it like pay 1 sack self top deck or something?
No,
or shuffle.
It doesn't necessarily. It would kind of work with him, I guess. So maybe not the best recommendation. What it does is when you play it, you choose a card from your opponent's waiting room and kick it into the from your opponent's clock and kick it into waiting room, and then they clock the top card of their deck. So thinking about it, I guess no, that card goes in combination with this. It wouldn't replace it.
So the idea would be that you would like get them down to like 1 deck and a shuffle back climaxes. Is that what?
And then you play penguins, and then it kicks them into clocks. Yeah. So
yeah. Okay, so you shuffle back climaxes first, and then you play the penguins instead of stock swapping.
And or stock swapping.
Sure.
Yeah. But like, yeah. So actually, now that I think about it, it doesn't replace this guy. It would be used in conjunction with him.
It does seem a bit of a hassle.
It's ambitious for sure.
Right.
One thing about that particular build in particular is that it actually doesn't run the full build of that version. It doesn't run the conventional back row setup. It uses the shell tier Brainstorm that like Goats uses, because the other effect of the penguin is when you refresh, he goes to stock.
I see.
And so you want to like tap the penguins to Brainstorm, and then they go to stock so you can continue doing stuff after you refresh.
I see. So it does seem to be more of like a combo deck, whereas for this traditional build, you do have your
this one's very
designed. Like I'm gonna play my 8 Door build, and then if I trigger doors, good things happen. If I play this deck, I get 5-card Brainstorms, things like that.
Yeah. In that sense, this is quite an easy deck to play, I would say.
Right.
You have a lot of really safe and safe yet good options at level 0, like Cocutus Chaser. This dude's just huge. He's big. The new Ricky, great card. Clean cut, always been good.
Demerge, our boy.
You got a free Climax swap. Like, you've just got a lot of really solid cards that just culminate into this pretty solid deck. And if you were looking to get into Nazarick on like kind of an easier deck to play, like maybe you've seen the Goats deck that people run like competitively, and maybe that one's a little bit too complex for you, I would definitely consider this to be a really nice starting point.
Right. Very solid, simple, straightforward, powerful strategy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's going to wrap it up for game 1 of our Nazarick / Eminence / Fujimi gameplay block. Coming up, we will have another exciting game on our hands with 2 new different builds. So until next time, this has been Mike and Randall on the Tressa Collectibles channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.